Flowworms are a standout creature from the indie rhythm game Bits Bops, with these bugs being popular within the community. So, how many are there? We'll need to establish some rules for counting flowworms. 1. We are only talking about the base game. Custom mixtapes and changing the speed of song will not count. 2. We're only looking for living flowworms. The photographs we get from beating flowworms, the videos including flowworms, and the cover for the minigame do not count. 3. We must see the flowworm on screen. And 4. Any sources of infinite flowworms will only count the minimum needed to progress. Now, let's start with flowworms. Every minigame has a tutorial, which will also count. If we leave the game running, we only need to skip the text boxes, allowing infinite flowworms to appear. But that breaks rule 4, as it's an infinite source of flowworms. So, we'll need to bop a minimum of 3 normal worms, 3 fast worms, and 1 slow worm to progress. We can also add the 8 flowworms at the bottom of the screen, for a total of 15 worms during the tutorial. Now, the main course. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 26, 27, 28, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 45, 46, 48, 49, 50, 51, 54, 55, 56, 57. Alright, so there are 57 flowworms that we bop in the level. Adding the 8 at the bottom, we now have a total of 80 flowworms. Or are there? During the night segment, a crowd of flowworms appears. In the sprites, each row of the crowd contains 10 flowworms. However, we are only counting the flowworms on screen. See Rule 3. While we know that they technically extend beyond the screen bounds, there's no way to see them in game. So, there are 26 flowworms visible in the crowd, 9 in the top and bottom rows, and 8 in the middle. This now gives us a total of 106 flowworms. Now, onto the Sky Mixtape. We make sure to add 8 for the bottom row. There are 4 sections of flowworms in the Sky Mixtape, with each section having 6, 13, 2, and 3 flowworms bopped, respectively. There are 32 flowworms in the Sky Mixtape, bringing the total to 138. On to the Final Mixtape! So, the final number of living flowworms that appear in Bits and Bops is 154! Wait, that's it? What about Rule 2? Do we really need it? We can add 3 flowworms from the cover, and 3, 4, and 21 from the postcards, bringing the total to 185. Yes, I am counting the body of the flowworm in the top right corner of the amazing postcard, as it is on screen. And how about the videos? We can use those to add 139 flowworms from videos that we recorded, for a total of 324. While fans speculate that there are flowworms in the mossy terrarium, mainly guess what size they are, Rule 3 means we can't count them as we don't know how many are in there, if any. So, there are 324 flowworms visible and 154 living flowworms in Bits and Bops. For my next video, I'll be counting all the globetrotters. Spoiler alert, it's 21. Thanks for watching!